And we're back in the room.
Back
in the room.
The room.
Mr. Thompson.
Yes.
All right. So, without further ado, this episode is for anyone who's slightly interested in what is going on in our ADHD lives. in a ongoing episode series that we call The Good and the Bad and the Ugly.
Yes.
So let's go to a place where the distractions are landmarks and the detours on the main roads. Welcome to ADHDville. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Good and bad and ugly. Good, bad and ugly. Mostly good, mostly bad, mostly ugly. Actually, all three of them normally. Mostly good this time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I like a good episode of Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, I'm Paul Thompson. Waving here to our YouTube viewers. I was diagnosed with the combined ADH and the D crawling towards a year ago. 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know,
crawling
right? And I'm Martin. Wow. Yeah, I'm Martin West, and I was diagnosed with the combined ADHD poo-poo platter in 2013.
So, if you didn't know it already, we're just two mates. It says just.
Kinda.
It's not a little thing. What do you mean just? Who wrote this stuff?
Co-worker.
Right.
Acquaintance?
Acquaintances. Yeah. Two people that bumped into each other
yesterday,
almost 40 years ago, and we happened to discover the co-DHDers. I sound like Bruce Forsyth. Nothing for a game, nothing for a pair, not in this game. Anyway, now it's really important to say this is an entertainment podcast. I know it's hard to believe, but it is about adult ADHD. That's why you're here, probably.
Yeah,
and does not substitute for individualized advice from qualified health professionals. We're not those.
No.
Let's make that really clear. So don't take any advice from him.
Or him.
We're just pointy fingers. We're just, here's a kind of all-inclusive ADHD park bench. Picture it. ADHD park bench, okay? Right? Mm-hmm. With room for everyone, including your doppelgangers, your alter egos, your body doubles, your chaperones, and even your best buddy. Still here, freaking miracle. Then grab your jetpacks, pedalos, space operas, or any other transportation methods, and let us take you to ADHDville, aforementioned, an imaginary town that we've created in our minds. Our tiny little minds. Where we like to explore, where we like to explore different parts of the A, the D, the H, and the D again.
You know what? I think we should take a look at cutting that back a bit. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking we should.
Yeah.
I think we're going to cut it back. So anyone listening out there, don't be surprised if next week we're going to cut it down and we're going to get a bit quicker into the theme.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, we start off, as always, here in the King's Agitated Head pub in ADHDville, where we, the co-mayors of ADHDville, take care of business. And this week, as we said, we're gonna kind of do a good, bad, and the ugly, where we kind of go over each other's lives since the last ADHD good, bad, and the ugly. I hope you have your little transition bell handy.
Good point. Well put.
You see, as Paul goes off and finds his ADHD cowbell that we do use for this. Here we go. He's back in his seat.
I had to go and talk to our production department. They were hiding it.
Cheeky little monkeys. Okay, nice. All right. Well, I think we're going to jump in the tractor and we're going to go to where are we going today, Mr. T?
Let's go get a coffee at the coffee shop.
It has been a while. It has been a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let us just find the keys. There we go. Right, jump in and let's plow up the road. And off we go! Bling, 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 bling. All right. Well, what can I get you?
I'm gonna get, because it's 8:15 in the evening here. I'm
Yes.
gonna have a caffè corretto,
All right.
which is an espresso, and you put a bit of alcohol in it, so you could put a grappa in there, or you
Oh,
could put even a
grappa.
sambuca.
Wow.
So espresso coffee with a bit of sambuca in it.
Wow. That sounds
Or
hardcore.
you could put a bit of rum in there. You could put in a Baileys if you're that
Sounds
way
nice.
inclined. If you're feeling a bit 1980s.
Oh, you know what? I do like a Bailey's around Christmas time, I must say. I will have a
What about
green
you,
tea.
Martin? Green tea.
I will have a no. Well, I'm going to switch it up to a matcha green tea with oat milk, with lavender and honey. Come on, lavender for the spring.
Yes,
It is
okay.
particularly nice.
Nice.
All right. Well, one thing that I did want to point out, Paul, is that it occurred to me the other day that we have quite a few Scottish people who follow us on TikTok and the listen to the podcast. And I thought, you know what, it's about time we did a sort of a little Scottish flavored podcast. So we'll kind of do a normal podcast, but I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of shortbread, Scottishness, some little kilt action, and
maybe a wee dram. A wee dram.
All right. Well, that's what you should have it in your coffee.
Of course, a wee dram.
Give
a
it
bit of whiskey.
Yeah. So this is where you need a good single malt.
I have some Scottish jeans.
Oh, are you wearing them?
No. Well, I wear them all the time. You know, because I take my jeans everywhere I go.
All right.
We're kind of inseparable.
I have some Scottish family, so there's some family up in the Orkney Islands, so right at the top. So you go to the top of Scotland, and then you kind of get in a boat and you carry on. And then they regard anyone who's on the mainland, like Glasgow and Edinburgh, as like Southerners.
Right.
Southerners. They're all Southerners to them.
Yeah. Okay. I will be wearing my kilt this day after tomorrow, which I like to do of a weekend.
Of a weekend?
To a thrash metal gig. Of course
you're going to wear a kilt
to a thrash metal gig.
All right.
Yeah.
That's and of course we will have to know. Will you be wearing anything underneath?
You can ask, but I won't reply.
Oh, okay.
I've stopped replying now. You see,
we just don't know
replying because it gets you into trouble.
Either way,
it's like if it depends. If a lass comes up to you and she says, "Are you wearing any underwear?" Right, and she's Italian stuff, and I say, "Well, no, of course I'm not. You're not supposed to. You're not allowed to. You wear any underwear." If her boyfriend or husband's in tow, he just look at it like, "Oh, you."
He's gonna thump you.
He's not gonna. I mean, someone will laugh it off. It's fine. 99.9% of people are fine, but you do get sometimes you think, "Oh, you're just like, in Italian you'd say sto facendo sborone," like you're being a bit of an asshole, sborone. Like playing it up a bit, sborone.
Sì, barone.
Sì, barone.
Okay, well that just answers my question about a childhood cartoon. Was it Danger Mouse?
Danger
What
Mouse,
was it?
yes.
Where one of the characters goes, "Si, barone."
Exactly.
So he's
Yeah.
saying, "Yeah, yeah, arsehole."
Yeah. Well, Baron. He's saying
All right.
Baron. So it's like you're basically saying you pretend to be a Baron when you're just a pleb,
Oh, okay.
right?
Gotcha.
So you're playing yourself up a bit too much. You're playing yourself up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? This episode. Yeah. So I think I was trying to get to was. So we'll have a Scottish quiz at the end of
Fabulous.
this. We can have a little wee Scottish quiz for
Mm-hmm.
our Scottish friends, and it should be a right laugh. I hope.
Right.
All right. Well, should we start off with the good? Good, bad, and ugly.
Yeah.
So who wants to start off with?
And you can start. You start, Martin.
Oh God, you know what? I think it's I'm in a real good swing of late.
Oh, that's good.
Like as far as my ADHD goes, yeah. So I mean, like I've generally been getting things done under fairly trying circumstances. So
Right.
so tax season is up. So April the 17th, I think, is when everything has to go in, which for me is in a week's time. I've done my taxes. I've signed them off.
Yeah.
And for the first time in 5 years, because I've got in there early for once,
Yes.
I'm getting money back. Normally, I'm paying in fines because I'm late.
Rebate.
But this time, I'm getting money back.
A tax rebate.
Yeah, which I'm applying to next year's taxes. So I'm not going to get it and spend it. I'm going to go, no, I'm going to be sensible. I'm going to funnel this into paying next year's.
That's very sensible.
Because I will be paying tax next year.
Yeah.
So,
but you were saying before we came on air, you're very busy.
Oh, I'm fucking busy. Right. God Lord.
So when I have found, it reminds me, there's a very famous comedy actress, well, not always comedy.
Sally Fields?
No, English. Jane Horrocks.
Oh, yeah.
And she suffered a lot, or suffers a lot from OCD. Okay.
Yeah.
She said, then I became a mum, and she had a little child, and she said her OCD disappeared because she didn't have time for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like that. I'm at my ACDC, my ADHD. Sorry, my ADHD gets worse when I'm kind of quieter with work and stuff.
Yeah.
I've got too much to think, too much time to think about it.
Too much thinking.
Too much thinking.
Yeah. And also you think I've got all this time, and then you don't do anything because you're like procrastinating and you're like whatever, and then you think, oh God, I should be doing something because I've got this time and I'm not doing anything, and you feel bad and go down to shame spiral. That's off the ACD album.
Go back to them. Right, which is ACD theme.
Yeah, no, I think I did a callback. I think is what it's called.
Oh, okay, fine. Good work, slick.
Good work. I'm feeling it. Yeah, so I've got a lot of work on at the moment. So I don't have. You know what? There is this. There's this saying, isn't there? If you want something done, give it to a busy person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel a little bit like in that zone.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like fucking charging through stuff.
I don't function well at half speed. I'm all or not. Before I had my ADHD diagnosis, I used to say to people that I'm an all or nothing kind of guy.
And and especially when you're wearing that kilt, it's like
exactly.
Are you? Is it all or is it nothing?
Yes,
it's what.
In that case, it's better to leave it to imagination.
Yeah,
you know what? Fun.
You know that thing in quantum physics, Schrodinger's cat. Are you?
No, I'm not
aware
of I know
Schrodinger's cat.
I know Schrodinger's monkey.
Oh, what is Schrodinger's monkey.
It's a
Oh, you're
monkey.
just being funny. You just
Yes, like a monkey.
like a monkey. All right, so, oh, good lord, I don't think I'm. You know what? I am just going to say for all of those people that do know what Schrodinger's cat is, it's like we won't. No one will ever know whether you have pants on under your kilt unless
Oh,
it is observed. So
right.
so
Okay.
so
Is it
it's like
like, oh, you don't know if trees make a sound when they fall over, if no one's there to see it or listen to it fall?
kind of, yeah,
Right,
yep. You have to observe. Um,
right.
and all right. So what else have you got good going on in your
I've got
goodly
good. I've
good
got
world?
good. Because I've started doing. Oh yeah, since the last good, the bad, and the ugly, I've started teaching. I was teaching. Well, I still am teaching at school, high school. I'm now teaching also to professionals, right? And I
All right.
wasn't sure if it was going to go all right. You know, I was thinking, oh, it won't be as much fun as it is with the kids. You know, with the
Right.
teenagers. Actually, I'm really enjoying it. I'm
Okay.
really enjoying it. Yeah, and I was really honest when I was interviewed for it because I've got a company that are like feeding me
Mm-hmm. Beans.
clients.
Okay.
And every time I've got a slot, they said, "Oh, have you got a slot, Paul? Because we've got some new clients." Oh, yeah, you know, send me some new ones over. And
All right.
I'm got what 9 clients every week, and until for about a year, the same clients or groups of, and
Mm-hmm.
I teach them English online in their
All right.
companies. So it's all good, but I was really honest with him. Thanks to ADHD, actually, he's I basically he interviewed me on Zoom, and I was really straight with him. I said, "Look, I'm not your average English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't
I wear a
follow.
kilt.
I wear a kilt and shit, right? Okay." And I didn't tell him I've got ADHD, but in a way I did. So I don't follow guidebooks. Because because you know we use these textbooks for English teaching produced by the Pearson's Group. So if
All
you're
right.
in Europe or especially in England, they're quite famous things, and they're shit. Okay, I hate them.
All right.
I don't follow textbooks at school. I don't follow any of the curriculum at school, and
Nice.
And I told, yeah, nice. I blag it. I kind of improvise, and that's what I really like doing. Right, so I do the same with these employees, the
Right.
professionals. Okay, and it's great, and it really works, and they really enjoy it. We have a right old laugh,
All right.
and learn English, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every time I meet with them, I kind of like think up what we're going to talk about today, and we do that, right? So anyway, the point being,
Yeah.
there's this thing came up with one of my clients. Is a new actually well on this particular with this particular company, I go in and see them physically, and there's 4 of them,
All
and
right.
we're talking about farm animals. I don't know how we got onto farm animals, right? I don't know how we got onto the subject. We kind of move around a lot with the discussion, and the subject came on to the fact that this guy is from Albania. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
was brought up in Albania, now lives in Italy. Talking about he didn't give a name to his donkey. They had a family
Okay.
donkey that didn't have a name,
All
right?
right.
So I said,
Uh-huh.
well, why? Why didn't you give the donkey a name? He said, well, you know, in that kind of situation, the
Yeah.
donkey is like a tractor. It's just something practical. They
Okay.
don't even answer. It's not like a cow who answers to give a cow a name, and
Right.
he'll come to you. Give a
Daisy.
dog a name and it comes to you. Give
Eddie.
a goat a name and they come to you. A sheep even. He said donkeys, they don't respond to names. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah. He said donkeys, they're really stupid, right?
Oh, are they?
Well,
Okay.
so then he said, actually, I've got a funny story about our donkey.
Okay. It's a
Right? Are you
story
ready?
within a story.
He said,
Okay.
"We're story within a story within a story." He said, "Go for it, go for it." So, well, one day, the family, my grandfather decides, oh, the family donkey with no name, we're going to
Mm-hmm.
sell him. He's getting on a
All right.
bit. He's not as useful
Okay.
as he used to be. He's not
Oh.
pulling like he used to. We're going to
Oh.
sell him,
I feel
right?
sad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're all sad. We're all huddled round having, listen, it's like, where's this story going to go? Right? So
Where
then
is it going to
they
go?
got in the car. They went down to the market. Okay. And on the way, Grandad had a couple of glasses of red wine. Okay.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
And went to the corner of the market where the donkey buyer and seller was. Okay. Who just
Okay.
happened to be gypsies, right?
Okay.
For good or for bad. He didn't say anything bad about them. He said, they just happened to be
All
in
right.
that market on that day. It was the gypsies that were buying and selling donkeys.
Okay.
So the grandfather goes there, sells them the donkey. He said he thinks he got about €100 for the donkey.
All right.
Right?
Is that good or bad?
Okay.
I don't know.
It's,
How
it's,
much is
it's
a
kind of
donkey?
cool. A good. Where he said, well, it was okay money for something a donkey of that age. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then
It's got scratches and some dents. And the and
exactly,
the and the
exactly.
upholstery is a little bit worn. All right.
Yeah, there's some old bumper stickers that came half
On the
off, half
back.
didn't on the back. You know,
Yeah.
S- and um,
Vote
and
Obama.
then they say sold the donkey, and then Granddad had another couple. Went to the back to the bar and had another couple of glasses of wine. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then went back and bought a new donkey. All
Oh,
hunky dory, right? Bought a new
brand
donkey.
new, box
Got it hitched up
fresh,
to the new
smells great.
car. Everyone got in. Okay,
Yeah.
everyone got into the car, and then went back. Donkey took them all back to the
Mm-hmm.
house. And on the way
Yes.
back, he said, "It's strange. This is odd. This donkey just seems to know the
Yes.
road really freaking
Yeah.
well. He
I
knows
think I'm
his way
headed.
back. Got home, got up, got home, and the grandmother came out, and she said, 'I thought you'd sold the donkey.' He said, 'I did. We got a new one,' pointing to this donkey. And the
Mm-hmm.
grandmother says, 'You fucking idiot. It's the same one.' And he paid more for it. He paid like about €150 for
There
the
you go.
same donkey. So all the gypsies did was clean him up.
Mm-hmm. Give him a bit of a
All they did was
wax.
clean him up. And the grandfather was so
Valet. Yeah.
inebriated, they didn't see the difference between the new and the old donkey. And
There
the
you go.
donkey, so
There's a lesson. Yeah.
I came in, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
with a punchline
Go
where
on.
donkey says, 'Well, I hope this time you give me a fucking name.'"
Right.
And
Yeah.
so it was just funny though. So anyway, the reason why this is a good part of my life at the moment is because it's just
Yes.
really nice hearing these stories. My English lessons are turned into a bunch of people around a table, telling stories in English at least about the
Nice.
things. Yeah.
And
So
you're getting paid for it.
I get paid for it. Yeah.
Lovely.
So now every time we get updates on the donkey. There's another time, maybe there's another donkey story. The same donkey.
Mm-hmm. He deserves a
Anyway, I'm
name
trying to
at
convince him
this
that he
point.
should give the donkey a name. Give the
Right.
freaking donkey a name.
Okay, right. If you've got any bright ideas out in the, just
Yes.
write them down in the comments.
Any
Or
suggestions for
email
the
us
donkey? He's
at
not donkey name.
ADHDville@gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
All names welcome. You can name a donkey.
Name a donkey.
What
And I'll-
podcast gives you that?
Yeah.
All right. Is that the end of our good
That's the end
session?
of the donkey chat. Yeah.
Should we move on to bad,
Bad.
or
Yes.
ugly. All
Bad
right.
and ugly. Yeah, Jerry. I mean, I've only got one. I haven't really got an ugly. I've only got a bad.
Yeah, I've only got a bad. We can
That's all right.
skip ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you
Okay.
want to like ding the bell to
Oh,
transition
always
us
forget to it.
from? I know you do.
The
Okay.
official transition bell.
All right. Well, let's go on to bad ADHD. Now,
Yes.
I had my meds changed. So my ADHD meds. Um, so not all. So there are different companies that make the same meds, right? So I have like generic Adderall, and
Mm-hmm.
it's made by a bunch of people. Now, I've had the same manufacturer, if you like,
Mm-hmm.
supplying the pharmacy for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
but because meds are becoming short of supply and there's a disruption in the
Again.
yeah, it's still going on. Um,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll find that once in a while they can't get it from the same factory, if you like, and they have to get it
Mm-hmm.
from somewhere else, and they swapped this month, which means that I have to kind of go, okay, right, what side effects are these going to have? So these ones, I had a bad headache for about 2 days, like
Right.
continually, really bad headache,
Ooh.
and felt really rough. But
Right.
and how I've managed to kind of transition out of that is that it. And also, I found that having a coffee first thing in the morning helps.
Mm.
So I'll have a coffee first thing in the morning, and then
Okay.
that kind of sort of the pill like at lunchtime.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
how?
that's
So
been
Adderall is still called
yeah.
Adderall, but it's supplied by a different company, and it's different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit like
Blimey,
you go
Charlie.
into the shop, into a store, and you want a nice digestive biscuit, right? Made
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
McVitie's, right? And that's what you get.
Yeah.
But no, this week they're out, and it's like the Aldi
Right. Own brand.
digestive biscuits, and you kind of go, ooh, well, and you have it, and it's like, well, it's kind of the same, but it's not the same, and you can tell,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
it's different because they pack different things in with the actual
Right.
key
Elements of
the
it.
key the key chemicals, and
Yeah.
the kind of the cocktail is not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my bad thing
Okay.
of this week.
So, but is it effective at least?
Yeah, it's just a transition where my brain goes,
Okay.
what the fuck
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
this, and it kind of like
Okay.
warps it out, and I have
Blimey.
issues for a
You
few
should
days.
think of all the places in the world, America would have. You'd be able to get the Adderall.
Yeah, but
Quite easy supplies.
there is a
What's going
lot
on
of
there then?
us. Oh, I
Oh, just
did
demand, is it?
dig into it. Yeah, so there's demand is up. There's a supply chain issue. I think the states also kind of like clamped down on it as well. I don't know, but yeah, it's in short supply.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, my bad story is related to
Donkeys.
ADHD friendly occupations, jobs, professions, right?
Okay.
And as a kind of allure to in the last bit, I've changed. I was as Martin was, as we both were in the same business for like 35 years. Martin still is. I'm kind of like I've got like one foot in, one out. Like career change when I'm 57, and
Mm-hmm.
fairly recently diagnosed ADHD, and became a school teacher. And it's
Yes.
oh man, there was, give it a bit of context. I remember listening to a lady on another podcast a few months ago. She was a psychologist working, a psychologist with ADHD. Okay,
Right.
so a specialist ADHD psychologist, and she goes around companies helping them to, facilitate and work better with autistic, ADHD,
All right.
employees, neurodiverse
Okay.
employees, blah, blah. She goes around giving consultation. She said
Mm-hmm.
she can't work in schools because it's too depressing,
Oh.
right? And I thought, oh, blimey, okay, I've come round to the same feeling,
Oh, right.
at least, and she was in England. It's
Mm-hmm.
even worse in Italy. I mean, there's no conversation about ADHD in Italian schools whatsoever. Um, they're still
Mm-hmm.
talking about badly behaving children like it's 1962 or something,
Yeah.
or worse. And
Mm-hmm.
you're watching it, and you think, oh,
1964.
and there's nothing I can't do much about it. I mean, they are so way back, way back. It's not my mother tongue. I only teach there for 5 hours a week. So
Right.
it's not my battle to have. It's just not worth it. I would do if it was like if I was teaching in Milan or in a big city, but this is like in the provinces, and
Yeah.
it's just it'd be a total waste of my energy. Actually, it could
Yeah.
even be a negative thing for me.
Right.
But it is a nightmare. It
Yeah.
is a nightmare, and I'm struggling because they wanted me to be present for all of the teachers meetings,
Oh, good lord.
and yeah, I mean all of them, and like they were getting really snippy with me, saying if I don't go to all of the meetings, I'm out of contract, and they would have to dissolve my contract.
Fuck.
It's like, oh, for God's
If
sake,
it feels like this job, no one wanted it, right? No
yeah.
one wanted
Well,
the meeting president job, and they went, you know what? I think
yeah.
we could get Paul to do it.
Yeah, well, it's not. No, it's not really that because
No.
all the supply teachers in Italy are treated like
Yeah.
shit. All
Right.
supply teachers. I think it's just the state has just not got its act together. And I mean, legally, I'm supposed to go to all of the meetings, but it's not like that at all. It's not like that. I've worked with other schools in Italy, and they were more
Mm-hmm.
flexible with me. So I had to go up in front of the headmistress
All right.
and
Oh
have it out
Jesus!
with her.
It's like school.
Yeah.
It's like being at
Oh,
school again.
totally. No, it was school. So
Yeah.
I had it out with her. At
All
one
right.
point, she was like talking over me, not letting me
And you had
explain
her
my situation.
in a net lock, and then you did like a flying drop kick,
Yeah,
and
I
and
took her.
you
I
caught her
took her to
around the.
one side and left her there.
Ah, blimey! All
And at
right.
one point, I said, "Will you please let me talk? Will you please
Mm-hmm.
listen to my side of my situation?" And so she says, "Oh yeah, okay, okay." And I explained about my situation, and I said that they were being completely inflexible, and they weren't anywhere near as flexible with other schools that I have worked with. And for me, that's not okay, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So so if you can't be flexible with me, I don't see why I should be flexible with you guys.
Right.
So in the end, I decided
Yes.
because I've only got the school year finishes in first week of June, and that would
Right.
be
Coming up.
it. That would be it with me and Italian state school teaching.
Right. Are you
It'd
going
be
to
the end.
just focus on your more private
Yeah,
session?
which, as I say, I've enjoyed it in the end. I've actually, in some ways, prefer, in some ways, not. I really enjoyed teaching. I really love teaching with the kids. I
Right.
really, really, really like it. It's everything else that is crap. There's
Right.
so much the other thing that is like really not ADHD friendly is all the systems,
Mm-hmm.
the online kind of systems. And like, just to give you an example, they've got this online, it's called a bacheca in Italian, the kind of like pinboard, right?
Okay.
And you're supposed to go in there regularly to read all of the communications from the school, right? But every
Right.
time you go into there, there's like 95 new things to read
Right.
in Italian.
Okay.
So I said to the school secretary, well, how do I know which ones I'm supposed to read? You said you don't need to know. You should read all of them.
Oof.
I said, what?
What's
I mean, it's
what's this
just
one?
insane.
Underwear must be under kilts. Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I'm just a
Blimey.
load of. I mean, it's only like one communication, one communication email or whatever that is out of 400 that is relevant to me, but I'm supposed to read them all. So you can imagine, can't you? So imagine what I
Sounds
do. I
like
don't read.
sounds
I don't read any of them,
no, no, no.
and then I miss meetings, and then I
Right.
get called in front of the head teacher.
All right. Okay.
Anyway, so yeah,
Got it.
this transition into my bad stories, transition into like trying to find like my ADHD friendly kind of new basket nest to curl up in, that I'm hopefully finding it soon.
It feels like you can do the one-on-one thing, right, with your
Yeah,
private clients, and then while you're kind of getting your head around that and the
yeah,
differences there, you
yeah.
can start to kind of like almost advertise to do it without the agency, right? So you can actually get
Oh,
private,
totally. Yeah.
and and you can almost structure the advert, if you like, to be like to appeal to a neurodiverse person. So just
Mm,
so you can kind of go, well, do you want to learn English, but you find that like textbooks are
yeah.
you know boring. So you almost like pitch it to a sort of someone who's a little bit more on the
Mm.
who's a little bit more
But
ADHD.
that would work in the UK and America, but in Italy, it's not on the radar. It's really not.
No, but it doesn't have to be on the radar. It's
Right.
just that
Oh, okay. I
they
know what
the,
what they're going
right,
to hook onto.
because you don't have to say ADHD because they
Mm,
won't think of themselves as ADHD. You just pick
hmm.
the things that
Yeah, yeah.
someone who has ADHD struggles with and would struggle with in a
Hmm.
normal class, and you
Yeah.
go learn English.
Hmm.
you know and if you have these issues, I can if you find learning English difficult because of A, B, and C, I'm
Yeah.
your man. And you almost like
Yeah, yeah.
you can
Yeah.
filter
Quite
out
well
your
put.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I checked in the post. No,
Yeah. Yeah, because
your checks in the
what I'd
post.
like about that kind of activity, i.e., teaching online, is that I can decide when like at the moment, I leave at least 2 mornings a week that I'm free, and I
Hmm.
don't do anything because I
Yeah,
can't do just like all the time. So I quite like being able to decide when I work and when I don't, which it
yeah,
works. That works for me
yeah. I mean,
totally.
like I can see you can do just one-on-ones. I mean, but if you felt up for it,
Hmm.
you can also approach larger companies, because
Hmm.
like when I worked in Miami,
Hmm.
we had a person coming into our agency, our aid agency, and she taught us Spanish,
Hmm.
right? So she had a room full of people at
Hmm.
that company who were, so it was like almost,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, that's another kind of like angle
Hmm.
for,
Oh,
like,
that's what I'm doing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, it's exactly what I'm doing. Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
nice.
But it is a bit backward in that way. It's very Italy is still very much digital advertising doesn't really work that well in Italy yet. It's much
Right.
more, it's such an old antique kind of culture that it's much more in Italy. It's much more about getting your face in front of people still,
Right.
physically, and or I can target some companies, local companies, that have international kind of relationships and they need English. See what I
Yeah.
mean? So target
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. There we go. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, let's. I think are we? We aren't doing an ugly, right? So we can just
No.
jump back
Yes.
in the holy tractor, and let's go back to the pub for a pub quiz.
Oh,
Pub
lovely.
quiz. Let's go. All right. So, Mr. Thompson, as we said
Yes.
at the top of the episode, I think that's what
That's what the kids say.
that's what the professionals say. We are going to do a Scottish quiz in honor of our Scottish fans. I want to say fans. I want to fans, people who have listened to the podcast and
Yes.
of which there are a few.
Yeah.
It's all right. So this quiz, right, is going to be about Scottish words that you may or may not know.
Okay.
Right. So it's going to be the normal multiple choice.
Yes.
So I will say a word probably
Yes.
badly
All right.
in Scottish, and then you have to work out what that word
Oh.
means in English.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yes.
So some are fairly straightforward, and I think I'll start off with a fairly straightforward one.
Okay.
I hope. All right. So what is a numpty?
Oh, blimey.
So in a sentence it would be he locked. I'll try and do a Scottish accent. He locked his keys in the car again like a numpty.
Okay.
Is it a tiny cake?
Okay.
Is it a B, a slow driver? Is it
Right.
C, a silly or clueless person? Or D, a knitted hat? What is a numpty?
I'm going to say it numpty. So what? Knitted hat. Knitted hat, the last one.
No, it's a silly or clueless person. He locked his
Oh, that
keys
was
in the
my
car
second
again
choice.
like a numpty.
Numpty. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
That
so
was one of the
you're
easier ones.
0, 0. Yeah, okay. I know, right? This this could be good. Okay, so what does blether mean?
Blether.
Blether. Is it a sneeze? Is it a long-winded chat? Is it a woolly jumper? Or is it a badly behaved dog? Blether.
Give me them again.
A sneeze, a long-winded chat, a woolly jumper, and a badly behaved dog.
If it was a sneeze, it wouldn't be a sneeze because up in Scotland, they're sneezing all the time because of the cold weather. I don't think they've even bothered giving it a name. Like the donkey.
Right. So
I'll
that's
go for the dog.
Okay, badly behaved dog. It's a long-winded chat. So we had a wee blether over a cuppa. A cuppa. So that's
Okay.
two down. All right. If someone is steaming, what are they?
Steaming. Okay.
Steaming. Are they very angry, soaked from the rain, drunk, or running late?
Oh, blimey! You're wow. Because they all sound pretty viable.
I know, right? It's steaming. Is he very angry, soaked from the rain, drunk, or running late?
I'm going to say this running late.
It was. He is drunk. He was pure steaming after the
Steaming
pub.
drunk. See, I thought it
Steaming.
sounded too obvious. Steaming drunk. It's the same in England.
Yeah.
Steaming drunk.
Yeah.
Ah,
Overthinking
blimey.
it, Paul. Overthinking it.
I'm overthinking it.
Right.
Blimey.
By the way,
How many are there? How many questions are there? I'm pacing myself, you see.
a few.
Okay.
I'll just keep going. So if you do get a right
Can we
answer,
just keep
you'll
going until I start winning?
yes, basically.
Excellent.
And
How long have
if
we
you do
got?
get a right answer, you will hear the sounds of the majestic bagpipes. So
Fabulous.
that's how you will know.
Yes.
Right. What
That's how I know that I've got Scottish genes, because when I hear bagpipes, I get quite emotional.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That is interesting because yeah. Anyway. All right. Number 2 done. Okay. Number 1, 2, 3. Number 4 is it? I don't know. If someone says, "I'm fair scunnered," how are they feeling? I'm
Scunnered.
fair scunnered. Are they feeling happy? Are they feeling exhausted? Are they disgusted or fed up? Or are they tipsy? I'm fair scunnered. Scunnered.
I think the last one, the drunk.
Drunk.
Yeah.
It means they are disgusted or fed up.
Oh, for heaven's
I'm fair
sake.
scunnered with this weather.
Uh,
How much I'm beginning to question whether you can put on the kilt. You know what I mean? I'm beginning to think.
Yeah. Oh, blimey. Yeah. No, I'm just pacing myself.
All right. Well, this one's I've never heard of. In fact, I'm even struggling to think how you would say it. What's a glaikic expression? What's a glaikic expression? Glaikit.
Okay.
Glaikic. I don't know. Anyone in the comments, please let me know. Are you confused or vacant? Are you angry and scowling? Are you flirtatious? Or are you proud and smug?
I'm going for I know I keep going for the fourth option. I'm going for the fourth option this time as well.
Proud and smug.
Yeah.
Oh, it's answer A. Confused or vacant.
Blimey.
He just stared at me with that glaring look on his face.
Wow.
That's another one down.
There is a lass on that I follow. She's a young lass on Instagram on the stories, and she's really, really cool. She's like, I don't know, max at most she's like 18, 19, max 20. And she this is basically her thing. She just talks about Scottish Scottish expressions.
Right.
And I actually follow her, and I've never heard any. Yeah, you think I'd be, in the zone, wouldn't you? You'd think I was a bit trained.
Right.
I'm not, clearly.
Well, any Scots out there who also think that these don't exist either, let me know in the comments. All right, number 7. I guess we'll do 10, right? 7. What does dreich mean? DREICH. Dreich.
Right.
Does it mean
Drink.
delicious? Does it mean dreary and dull? Usually the weather.
Yeah.
Does it mean loud and boisterous, or does it mean short and fast?
I'll go with the second one.
Dreary and grey?
Yes. Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, got it
Yes,
right.
you got it right.
Thank
Dreary and
God
dull.
for that.
I was thinking, oh God, I hope he doesn't stick to his fourth option being his
Yes.
only one, because
Yeah, I'm a bit of a one-trick pony
All right,
or
well, you
donkey.
could pull one back here.
Oh,
If someone is pure dead brilliant, what does that mean?
pure
They're
dead
very,
brilliant.
yeah, pure dead brilliant. Yeah. Does it mean that they're very clumsy? Does it mean they've passed away but were cool? Does it mean it's a very enthusiastic way of saying something's amazing?
Yes.
Or D, they're
Sounds like
literally
it.
the opposite of good.
Oh, blimey. You've
So
done this on purpose
clumsy,
because you're thinking, oh, Paul's not going to choose number 4 again. He's a one-trick pony, but he's not that much of a one-trick pony. But actually,
so
I'm going for 4 again.
why? It's the same in English.
Oh, it's the
It's
same. It's
it's a
that
very
obvious.
enthusiastic way of saying
Oh,
something's
okay.
amazing. That's pure
Okay.
brilliant.
Brilliant. Okay.
Man,
Wow.
you're
I'm
so
I'm
right.
sucked
Here we
in.
go.
I think it's the expression
I tell
you're
you
looking
that
for.
that kilt is just gonna resist getting on you. It's gonna kind of like
It's looking a
when
bit
you
frayed at the edges.
open up your cupboard, there'll
Yeah.
just be a note
Oh,
there, and
blimey.
it's gone, and it's like,
Yeah.
dear Paul,
Yeah.
sorry,
It's
but
being
I
fostered.
can't in all good faith
Yeah.
cover up your
It would say
nads.
the note would say, I don't like the cut of your jib.
Right,
Yeah.
it will. All right.
It's like it's like a hardcore. It's a hunting kilt as well. It's not even like one of the like soppy, ceremonial ones. It's like a hardcore. It weighs like a ton. This kilt, especially,
Right.
it's a vintage hunting kilt.
Okay. What?
By the way,
What?
if anyone wants to send me a vintage sporran, I'm looking for one.
You're in the market.
I'm in the market for a vintage hunting sporran, not one of those, not the formal ones. A hunting sporran.
What is a hunting spore? It means that you can like take it off and then just sort of hurl it at an animal, and it will just take it out.
We just hurl it at the English in general. Just hurl it at the
Right.
English.
Yes.
Yeah,
That would be
you
good.
could keep like, I don't know, biscuits in there for the dogs.
Yep. But only McVitie's, not
Yeah.
the oldie ones, as we've learned.
Oh, not with
All
the
right,
chocolate. Without the chocolate, definitely. Don't
Number
give chocolate to
9.
dogs.
No.
Yeah.
What does messages mean in Scotland? Messages. Is it A, texts on your phone? Is it B, gossip? Is it C, groceries? Or is it D, letters from a secret admirer? Messages. Texts on your phone, gossip,
Oh,
groceries, or letters from a secret admirer? I have no
Say them
secret.
again.
Texts on your phone,
Yeah.
gossip, groceries,
I'll go for gossip too.
or it's groceries.
Okay.
It's
messages.
I'm away huge for the messages.
Nice. I like that.
I know, right?
I like that.
Nice. All right, number 10. Right,
Last one.
Your last chance to
I've got
to
some
hear.
chance to save some dignity.
Yeah, right at the
and
end.
a kilt. And a kilt.
Right. What does it mean if someone is a crabbit?
Crabbit.
Is it energetic? Is it in a bad mood? Like crabbit. Is it very talkative? Or is it hoppy? Is it energetic? In a bad mood? Very talkative? Soppy?
I think it's number 3, talkative.
Ah, God damn it. It's in a bad mood. She's right crabby this morning. Crabbit this morning. Man, I was even like nodding my head up and down. I was going,
mate, you're out of sync because the connection's bad. I actually went with 3 because you're one back. I'm seeing
the connection let me down.
You're slightly behind.
Oh, slightly behind.
So I went for I thought, he's nodding. Bless him. Bless his cottons. He's nodding for number 3, and it's the video's out of sync.
Oh, I was trying to help you, Paul, but as it turns out,
technology was not in my favour.
It was not.
Wasn't fighting my corner. Blimey.
Yeah. I do want to kind of say a couple of little final things.
Yes.
To kind of like big up Scotland.
Oh.
I do want to say that that there is a little bit of Scottish connection with ADHD, in that Sir Alexander Crichton, 1763 to 1856, he was a Scottish physician, and he provided one of the earliest descriptions of a condition resembling ADHD in his publication, an inquiry into the nature and origin of mental derangement. He referred to it as the disease of attention, noting that affected individuals mentally restless and struggled to maintain focus.
I think we mentioned him in a previous podcast, previous episode. He's been mentioned. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So there you go. There's a little
There's
a little thing. I will just play the little bagpipe bit just because I only feel like I only got to play it once. So
please do.
There we go. I feel good now. So all right. So that oh well, that was a fun quiz for me.
That failed miserably.
Less so for you.
Yes, a lot less.
I feel good about that. I feel like there's a victory somewhere. All right. So I think that just means that it leaves for me to say that ADHDville is delivered fresh every Tuesday to all purveyors of fine podcasts.
Yes.
Please subscribe to the pod and rate us. Most
Scottish.
That would be a very, most Scottish liking. And feel free to correspond at will in the comments. But wait, there's more. If you wish to see our beautiful faces, then sally forth to the YouTubes and the TikToks. And we're also on the other thing, Substack. That's right. And if you wish to pick up a quill and email us, you can do at adhdville@gmail.com. But in the meantime,
lovely,
be fucking kind to yourself.
And I beseech you, fellow ADHDers, know thyself, sons to the helms, come hither and get the flesh. Which is very Scottish, apparently. Scottish battle cry.
It is.
There, says the mayor. That's that.
Ah.